Hello, people. It is Tuesday now, the 20th of September. Cheers. So, I have the link to the lecture, and it'll be below in the description box. And the audio is slightly muffled because the clip-on mic, I kept not paying enough attention to it, and it kept slipping down my shirt. But you can see I didn't watch the whole thing. I just checked, there it is, and that's me doing what I did. So I'll leave the link, and you can watch that. Yes, I noticed in looking back at my update video regarding it, my voice was even higher than usual. I was so still hyped up from the experience. But that's what it was like for me in general when I worked my job in mental health as a rehab specialist, in particular. Doing community support and then running groups. I get a charge. I get charged up interacting with people. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So, I haven't played any records since I saw you yesterday because there's hardly been any time. I've been really spent quite a bit of the evening processing the day. It's a wonderful natural high. The release of endorphins and whatever else neurotransmitters is involved when you do a good job, when your brain is firing pretty strong, lots of information coming through. So yeah, would I consider coming out of retirement and going back into teaching full-time? No. Hell no. I don't want to do that every day. I did it every day for decades. And it's draining. And it's exciting, but it's draining. So no, I don't want to do that every day. I don't have any music in my mind to bring up this morning. I just got up and saw that the instructor left me the links. He also left a link to the workshop, which I won't share because that was between me and the students, and that's it's a conversation between me and the students. The presentation is the thing to share. So, just for the sake of continuity, I will do a pool before I go. Just woke up. And as I always say, people, I really do come on here unscripted, unrehearsed. I walk into here either from my bedroom or from the living room or the kitchen, with my cup of coffee, and I turn the camera on. Okay, so let's go back over here. I know these are a bunch of S's. I'm near, I kind of know what this section really well. Let's see if I get a surprise, but I'm thinking it's probably something like Klaus Schultz. Let's see. Close, SCR, Scritti, Politti. I dig Scritti, Politti, liked them from the very beginning, and I still have their first single that they printed up and hand stamped the sleeves and everything. I've still got one of those. And this is another early of their Pre-Langue release. This is before Green went pop. I like the pop music too quite a bit. It says something that Miles Davis played horn on one of their albums. The songwriting and the production is very good. And even here they're still coming out of the DIY sort of scratchy sound, which I liked quite a bit actually. It was really rather unique sounding, and then they started to slowly move, show their influence of black music, starting with reggae, and then like I said, you're going into some pop with some good grooves. Excuse me. Well, I haven't heard that in a long time. So I'll put that on today. I have work today. That's actually what I'll say. I do actually have work today on my album regarding some editing and some mixing of the horn parts, which includes you, Dave Newhouse. If you see this, your track will be on the album. I'm still tweaking things. I have the time. I like the fact that I'm working. I'm not under contract with this label, but I have an agreement, so I'm in charge. We have agreed that they want to put an album out next year, but I put it out when I'm ready. So I'm going to be working today on that. Let's go back here again, but further over. What do we get here? And try to. Well, see, I don't. What did I pull? Oh, my queen. There's a couple of singles in the same plastic. I love Siouxsie and the Banshees. Got to see them once at Lollapalooza, and for me personally, they destroyed everyone with their majesty, their stage presence, how well they played. Siouxsie, I was quite high for the event Lollapalooza. Did some acid and some good stuff too, which is kind of why I sort of met Ice-T, but I didn't say anything to him because I couldn't think of what to say. I was still peeking when he came through the audience. But Siouxsie and the Banshees, and I've seen a lot of all kinds of concerts, and she still, because of what they did and how she held that stage, is one of the best concerts I've ever seen. And I love this song from the Edge of the World. It's a 12-inch single with some remixes. Love it. And here we have the single that named the band, Slowdive. Siouxsie went past punk as far as she couldn't play or really sing when she jumped on the stage with Sid Vicious and Marco and did that performance before the Sex Pistols. No musical experience whatsoever. So the way that she developed, to me, is remarkable. Musically and stylistically. Of course, she was beautiful from the beginning. But she learned how to sing. And she and Steve Severin stayed together the whole time and really ended up crafting quite a unique sound. I really like Siouxsie and the Banshees. Yes, I do. I'll do one more before I go, okay? Hope everybody's doing okay today. I do. I just don't want to say anything about the news. Things are really crazy. And I don't want to hear from stupid, crazy people. That comment alone might be enough to trigger them to come over and pay a visit. I don't need you. You need me, don't you? That's why you keep coming back. Well, someone, unfortunately, that we lost, was it last year? Richard Kirk from Cabaret Voltaire. Time High Fiction is the name of this double album. Cabaret Voltaire really were provocateurs. That's how they like to describe what they were up to in the early days with their tape machines and video cut-ups and stuff. They really did pave the way for a lot of modern sample-based music. And this is harsh for the most part. the landscapes and the sounds that he goes for on this album are not soothing. It's really kind of like a brick to the head. Wake up, and stay awake. It's kind of like what the music does for me. So that'll do it for this morning. Excuse me. Yes, someone asked about chemicals. Well, yeah, these two cats on this album, the Josh Hoyer album that I showed yesterday, the two horn players, Blake right there, and then James on the end here, they are both in Chemicals with me. And I want to still say it like it's current, even though we're not active as a band, because we need a drummer. We have to have a good drummer. But we also we need someone who is not too crazy either, because we as a unit already are pretty crazy. And we just need somebody really good. And then I'm ready to crank Chemicals back up. All right, folks. Have a good one.